Hello, my name is Mark Wells. I am from Co-Innovate Studio and also the University of Brighton. And today we're going to talk a little bit about some of the challenges and some of the opportunities that have been brought about during the last pandemic, I guess.
Hi, shall I introduce myself? Yeah. Hi, I'm Diana, and my brand is Dolly Clothing, which is, we're all about sustainable clothing, really. So we've had quite a journey over the pandemic in terms of our business and what we do here.
That's great. So obviously this is what we want to really talk about. So if you can tell us a little bit about what you've been doing during coronavirus and how it's changed the way that you work, but also some of the challenges that you face, but maybe some of the opportunities that's created too, and maybe where you're now thinking of going and what exciting opportunities you feel there are for the future as well.
Yeah, well, I would say mostly it's been an opportunity for us in a very big way. I mean, it didn't feel like it at the time financially. As a business, financially, it's been really difficult. But I decided at the beginning of the pandemic to volunteer my time to setting up a scrub hub. So we set up a funding page and raised £12,000 really quickly. And I just thought it would be me and my friends kind of doing a bit of sewing. And I noticed really quickly that people were finding it very difficult to get cloth and get the right pattern. And seeing as I'd raised so much money, I was able to buy a lot of cloth and really start to go into a bit of an industry where we developed a really good pattern, and we had the scrubs cut out 300 at a time, which enabled us to be able to make it into a kit and then hand them out to people, because by now we'd signed up about 250 people into our hub, which was amazing. And I just can't quite believe what actually happened. It was amazing. And they were coming to my house and picking up kits. And then suddenly I had to get all tech savvy and make a video, which I turned out to be quite good at it, which was really nice. But I let go of all that kind of, oh, I'm too scared, it's got to be all professional, and just did it. And it really worked. We ended up making we're still doing it, but we made about 3,000 sets of scrubs for the NHS between us all. And then after that started to wind down in my business, I was like, oh, that's interesting. That really worked. Not only the process of having a kit and a video and then people taking it home, but what it actually did for people's well-being, mental well-being, how they felt like they were doing something, brought out that whole wartime kind of effort and doing something to help, using their skill. Turns out that quite a lot of people have got a sewing machine tucked away somewhere, lots. And also that sense of community, so that even though none of them have met, and I can't wait till we do, but they just feeling that they would come up, at the beginning it was every day, and then it tailed off to 2 days a week, and they began to meet each other. But it was astounding how it brought out that kind of feeling of wanting to do something. It was very life affirming.
And where are you going now with it? What's the that's obviously of opportunities. So
totally. I mean, again, financially, it's been a bit of a struggle, because what I normally do is I teach sewing, so that's gone. So and my clothing collection, it just is kind of just sitting there, because it's really hard to sell sustainable clothing online. I personally like to feel the fabric and try things on. So as you can see behind me here, this section is what I've been doing since August, which is basically turning that clothing collection there into a kit over there, which is basically also developing this. I used to call this shop, but by the way, I just had a room upstairs before now, and now I've taken on the whole building to develop what I'm going to call a sustainable clothing hub. So not necessarily a retail shop, but more of a studio, and to build on the community thing that happened during Scrubs, and to keep that kind of that vibe really. So the clothes are now kits with videos, still kind of a little bit done sort of on my phone kind of thing, but it's fine. I kind of thought, well, it really worked for the scrubs. People liked that kind of me just being me. So I've just sort of put away all my sort of imposter syndrome and just gone for it, basically. And I'm hoping it works.
No, that's absolutely fantastic. And I think that that's really interesting just to hear not only about sort of the power of the community, but the power of making and how that can really help in terms of well-being and mental health and so many people together, but also how it's just changed how you're working as a business in a really innovative and exciting way. And I think there's sort of so many opportunities there that as well.
Absolutely. And it's given me a lot of confidence in going into that industry of sort of having so many things cut out. And it's also in the community, it was a really big deal as well. So it's, even though it was a sort of a financial hit, it's been really good for my reputation in the community. I plan to sort of always have some kind of social enterprise on the go. So at the moment we're looking now, because obviously the scrubs thing is kind of winding down, so now we're talking to the food banks about how we can keep my hub as a social enterprise and start making food, bags for the food bank. And hopefully this will just carry on, because when we started to wind down, some of the women, and it was mostly women, would turn up and go, what are we going to do without it? So it's really, really great. And I just hope that we can carry on. You know, it was a weird thing of, I just don't want this to end, weirdly. So yeah.
No, that's great. That's absolutely fantastic. And thank you ever so much for spending the time and just explaining about what you've been doing, but as I say, also some of the exciting opportunities that it's created. Almost most unexpected if you'd been us sort of just a year ago. So
totally, yeah. And actually I've had this idea in the back of my mind, so it really just, I can't believe I've actually gone and done it, so, and had the time to do it. So it has been a really massive opportunity. It's been great. Yeah, thanks, Mark.
No, thank you ever so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.